World Sports Action present the official Football League video, the Tottenham Hotspur story, 1989-90.
Waiting in the middle. Waddle's in there!
A great goal from Chris Waddle, last season's star performer. But there's a shock in store for the Spurs faithful. Tottenham sell Waddle to the French club Marseille for over £4 million. It's the biggest transfer deal in British history. So there'll be no link-up after all between Waddle and his England colleague Gary Lineker, Spurs' big summer signing from Barcelona. Another $250,000 goes to the Spanish club as Naheem's loan deal becomes permanent. Midfielder Steve Sedgley, he costs $750,000 from Coventry. Going out, Mark Stimpson to Newcastle, Sean Murray to Portsmouth, and there's a trio of free transfers. The new-look Tottenham start the season at home to Luton, and then 2 trips to the northwest, Everton and Manchester City. Let's begin with Luton at White Hart Lane.
Lineker and Stewart are poised, butters in the 6-yard area or just outside it. Gascoigne with the free kick, curled in there! A fine goal by Paul Stewart. The breakthrough that Tottenham badly wanted to ease their frustration. The free kick quite probably given for the foul by John Boyer. And Gascoigne's free kick nodded in majestically here by Paul Stewart. The keeper gets a touch but no more, and Spurs are ahead. So Luton kick off the second half, a goal down, and their manager Ray Harford, obviously with Mick Harford, his main striker, injured and likely to be out for about 6 games with a hernia operation. A little touch fall in there. What terrific goal! Well, Wegley, within a matter of 15 seconds at the start of the second half, while I was bemoaning the lack of firepower in the Luton side, has scored an astonishing goal. Well, he caught the commentator by surprise, he caught Tottenham by surprise, and what a fantastic strike it was. Spurs still trying to push in for this winning goal. And Lineker had a chance, and they finally got it in there with Paul Allen. He didn't score a goal last season, but he couldn't have timed his moment better this. A long throw always had Luton in all sorts of trouble. Lineker almost got a shot in there. That would have been quite a start for him, but Paul Allen finished it off, and that makes it 2-1 to Tottenham.
Hit long by Poynton. Oh, and Newell gets in here. Mike Newell within 2 minutes of his home debut for Everton. A fabulous start. Misjudgment there by Ratcliffe, Stewart, and Poynton scrambled it off the line to Stewart's disgust. Tottenham passing the ball with precision, and Gascoigne lifts it in, and it's popped over the line. Paul Allen claims it, 1-1. Howells saw a gap and very nearly found it. Brought the best out of Southall. Nevin. A flick from Whiteside and from Sharp. Taken on now by Sheedy. That is a wonderful goal to whet the appetite for the season. very useful in the air at set plays. It's a very deep one, and has it gone across the line from David White? It has. So the Hinchcliffe corner does the trick again, just as it did against Southampton here. He drives it deep beyond the far post, and David White's header went in off some Tottenham bodies, but he was unmarked. Stewart. Lineker pulling left. Howells is behind him, and well, perhaps not confident enough of taking over, but Fenwick got it to Gascoigne, and Tottenham are level. Seven minutes to go before half-time, and it all seemed to be going wrong with Lineker and Howells getting in each other's way down on the left-hand side, but the ball broke for Fenwick, and that was a through pass that Gascoigne himself would have been proud of. He was on the end of it this time. Cooper was beaten, and it's Manchester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
It's a patchy start, so Spurs strengthen the back four. In comes the experienced Welsh international Pat van den Hauwe from Everton. Gary Lineker isn't off the mark yet. Will things improve for the England striker over the next 3 league games?
At Villa Park, Aston Villa against Tottenham. An unfamiliar name amongst the star buys. Ian Olney grabbed the limelight. The lanky 19-year-old, starting his first game of the season, cracked Spurs open in the 9th minute. These pictures in black and white, incidentally, because of a technical problem. Olney was on hand to grab his and Villa's second shortly after. Tottenham's defence all over the place as Villa build from the left-hand side. First drive is beaten down, Olney quickest to react, and he scores at the second attempt. Villa's first win of the season, Aston Villa 2, Tottenham 0.
Roberts. Dixon is there first, and Kerry Dixon has got the goal this time. Torsvet came and then stopped, thinking he couldn't get to the ball. Dixon stuck out a foot, and his persistence pays off because he looped it high over Eric Torsvet. And really, you couldn't complain as a Tottenham follower if they got a second here. Chelsea are running the show at the moment. Dixon glanced it on, and it's tucked away by Kevin Wilson this time. Chelsea in control at White Hart Lane. Nicholas with the corner. Dixon first to it. The supplier this time. Gascoigne again. Walsh. Well, that's what Tottenham need. Someone to try the difficult thing and hope it might come off, and it has for Gascoigne. But really, Walsh takes a great deal of the credit. Gascoigne the scorer, and Paul Walsh, with his capacity for the unexpected, served Tottenham well here. He left Nicholas, got in across, and Gascoigne wrapped it beyond Besant. And it's Steve Clarke through the centre from Kevin Wilson's flick, and Chelsea have hit back in the best possible way. Spurs deflated, and Clarke came through unattended. Dixon wide towards Hazard, but a little behind him. Bumstead got the run of the ball against Fenwick. Hazard, Kevin Wilson, and it's 4! Disbelief at White Hart Lane for Tottenham supporters.
Torsvet, mighty kick downfield. Lineker is in here against the post. Gascoigne, 1-0 Tottenham. Gascoigne's kick. Whipped in by Van den Hauw. Lineker is off the mark. That's his first goal for Spurs. But they've got Phillips in. Rosario's pulling away if he needs him. Phillips might go all the way. 2-1. Mark Bowen robbing Paul Stewart, and of course he was on Tottenham's books at one time. That's a nice touch. Oh, this is beautifully done. Bowen continued his run down that left flank, twisting Mabbutt one way and then the other. Townsend's flick. Bowen, that's a lovely goal. Mark Bowen.
It's still a disappointing start, just 5 points from 6 games. Spurs down at the foot of the table. A big improvement needed over the next 4 games. 3 London fixtures, including the big one against Arsenal, plus a visit from Sheffield Wednesday. Let's begin with QPR. It's a great day for Gary Lineker.
Mabbutt in front of Colin Clark, who's still chasing. Butters will have to hurry. He's found Stewart. That's a nice turn. Lineker left and Gascoigne arriving to Stewart's right. Here is Gascoigne and Lineker. 1-0. Lineker's first goal in front of the White Hart Lane faithful. It owes an awful lot to Stewart here. And Gascoigne, who drifted into the box beautifully. They left Lineker unmarked and paid for it. Mabbutt. Nicely taken. The Rangers with problems here. They've let Lineker turn. 2-0. You just can't give Gary Lineker that sort of space. It's a glorious turn. Went between 2 of them. And the finish, typical Lineker. Stewart's away again here. Hasn't got himself on the score sheet this afternoon, but done an awful lot of selfless running. Bardsley. That's interesting. Here's the manager, Trevor Francis. Clark to his right. And Channing well forward. Well, it's a good stop by Torstvedt. And Terry Fenwick tidying up for Tottenham. Francis. Francis has gone over, off the ball, and Clark is in. Possibilities? Well, should have done better. Rangers beginning to turn the screw. Clark coming near post, and Bardsley! And they've got their reward. David Bardsley. Ball may well have come off Sedgley at the near post. Yes, it did. Bardsley made the connection at the far post. 2-1. And here come Rangers again. Bardsley, the goal scorer. They're queuing up on the far post. Manager wants it. It's probably a good idea. Oh, Francis has scored. 2-2. 3 goals on his return to league football at Aston Villa last week. And Francis again leading by example. Cut inside and a terrific left-footed drive. All a bit scrappy in there. Stewart running into Spackman. Sedgley. Naeem's in and Lineker's unmarked. A hat-trick perhaps? Yes! Gary Lineker. Naeem again opening up Rangers on the left flank. Lineker totally unmarked. Thank you. 1 or 2 anxious whistles from the Tottenham faithful. Rangers not finished yet. They are now. There is the final whistle. 3 points for Spurs. huge debt of gratitude to Gary Lineker, who's running bang into form in advance of England's World Cup qualifier against Poland. That's good news for Bobby Robson, Terry Venables on the afternoon, and more especially Gary Lineker. Tottenham 3, Queen's Park Rangers 2. Walsh the target on the far side, and plenty of space for him. A good ball in, and Williams, it's got in off by Butters, but Williams will claim it. Here's Thomas, the substitute. Oh, good goal! Mitchell Thomas gets Spurs back on terms. Still Gascoigne. Still Paul Gascoigne. Oh, this is a good run. And Lineker has scored another. A hat-trick in his last league game. And another one here. But it owed a lot in its creation to a marvellous run from Paul Gascoigne. Typical Lineker. Thomas. Lineker. Thomas again. Oh, this is nice stuff from Tottenham. And Gascoigne setting his sights here. Oh, it's a marvellous goal. Lovely one-touch football from Spurs in the middle of the park. Thomas at the centre of it. And Gascoigne didn't need a second opportunity. One feint and another. And goal.
Gascoigne. Come through to Thomas. No, Perry Groves. Now Richardson.
Played the ball in for Martin Hayes. Just wide. A great chance there for Arsenal. A splendid move. And Hayes will be more than a little annoyed that he didn't make something of it. What a good ball here from Kevin Richardson. Inch perfect there. And well anticipated by Hayes. The keeper just got a hand to it, it seemed, and that's why Hayes was protesting. It should have been an Arsenal corner. But Arsenal fans will be saying that should have been an Arsenal goal. But now they need to defend as Spurs win this free kick. Arsenal captain gets a word from the referee for the challenge on Lineker. Samways. It's in there! Oh, look, it's beaten there. There might have been a small deflection on the way, but Vinny Samways gets his first of the season against the team Tottenham always like to beat, but for so long have failed to do so. From way out, past Lukic, the back of the net, Spurs in the lead, 1-0. 34 minutes of the game gone, Spurs leading by a goal to nil. Well, things have been looking up for Tottenham after that debacle against Chelsea when they lost here 4-1. They've had 3 league games since then, and this could be a booking for the Arsenal captain. Police in some numbers going into the crowd as well. And look at Gary Lineker showing just what players everywhere feel about hooligans that are always in danger of ruining our game. The police are there, and one of England's greatest players, Gary Lineker, making his feelings well known. Well, the police have done a good job. They've got in there. It's under control. Enough for the game to go on, with Spurs with a free kick, with Paul Gascoigne. Touched on, another one! Well, Walsh got a touch on that one, and Spurs go 2 up. Here's the free kick. There's the little flick by Walsh. There it is again beyond the dive of Lukic, and Spurs go 2 up. Adams. Mitchell Thomas leaping for this one. Groves there with a header. Mabbott there with his feet rather high, and another free kick to Arsenal. Richardson behind it. Winterburn also. Lee Dixon also. The referee with his arm raised, indicating an indirect free kick. So Thomas will supply the short pass either for Richardson. Indeed it is! Oh, good save by Torstvedt! A beautifully struck ball by Kevin Richardson, and a good flying save by Spurs goalkeeper Erik Torstvedt. Hit that really well. It was a well-worked free kick, the little back heel there by Thomas, and Richardson coming in behind him through the wall, and good work by the keeper. In goes Mabbott. Lineker caught there by Adams, but no foul to Rocastle. A long-range shot! And Torstvedt in trouble there as Groves and Smith came in for the rebound. Spurs saved by Fenwick. Great shot by Rocastle, a corner to Arsenal. And Fenwick to the rescue there. Richardson curling it in, a flick on. Might go anywhere, Michael Thomas! Arsenal are back in it! His 7th goal of the season, and that could be a really important one. Well, they lived dangerously a moment before when Torstvedt couldn't hold Rocastle's shot, and then from the corner they lived dangerously here again. Rocastle almost forced it in, and then Michael Thomas did just that. Thomas on target again, to the delight of those Arsenal fans behind the goal. Winterburn with the kick. Good view of the big crowd here at White Hart Lane. Smith gives it to Walsh, and now to Lineker, and cleared off the line by David O'Leary. So near another goal. It was a nice ball threaded in there by Walsh, hit with great power by Lineker, half stopped by Torstvedt, or by Lukic, and cleared by O'Leary. Rocastle tried to stab that into the path of Thomas. Johnson, Rocastle. Cross comes in to Perry Groves, a great save! The flag stayed down, Spurs looked at the linesman, felt that should have been offside, but Groves got a free header in, and he was thwarted by Erik Torstvedt. There's the cross, there's the header, and there's the save.
Worthington chasing back. Well, initially he did well, but Lineker is going to capitalise. Thomas again. Lineker, that's 2. Well, he's really enjoying this. Lineker, here's Thomas again, and Moran is in. Wednesday were hoping for an offside decision, but they haven't got it, and Moran comfortably makes it 3.
Five goals in 4 games from Lineker, and Spurs force their way into the leading pack, separated by just 2 points. In the Littlewoods Cup, there's been stout resistance from 4th Division Southend. Spurs just scraped through on the away goals rule. Now, the tie of the 3rd round against United at Old Trafford.
Samways. Lineker. Moran, it'll come for Lineker, he's free! And his hot streak continues. Manchester United conspicuous by their absence in front of Jim Leighton. 21 minutes gone. Spurs celebrate on the terraces and on the field. And Lineker, having threaded the first pass out to Moran, ran on to collect the return with no marker anywhere near him. Moran, Lineker pulling right, Samways going ahead of him. That's beautifully constructed by Spurs, and Samways is in on goal. 2-0 to Tottenham. A cracking goal too. Scored by Samways, and Manchester United, whose defending has not been conspicuous by its excellence, they're caught out again, and this time Lineker is the provider. It was a marvellously thought out pass, and Samways ran on unattended, and his finish was calm and precise. Here's Howells. Naeem, 3. The perfect conclusion for a team and a tactical triumph for Tottenham Hotspur. Two minutes from time, and Naeem, who laboured hard in the overall cause down the left-hand side, was able to measure up a volley here that sped past Leighton, perfectly placed.
A great win. It's a superb boost for one of the big tests of any season. Liverpool at Anfield.
Beardsley, McMahon, Houghton. Look at this break by Barnes now. The flag stays down, and the ball is in the net by John Barnes. They are playing some stuff now. A brilliant goal for Liverpool. Finished off in the most superb style by John Barnes. Thomas. Lineker. Samways. Spurs with a few forward now, including Naeem on this side. And how will he try a blast? He might well. Tipped away beautifully there by Grobbelaar from Vinnie Samways. 4 minutes of the first half left. Here's Houghton. Now McMahon. Houghton, good play again by McMahon. There's the ball for Rush. A darting run by him. And Torsved saved it with his right boot. McMahon. Houghton, who's having a terrific game. And there's the ball for Barnes. A chip by him, and Torsved just gets the hands to it and puts it over for a corner. Houghton's ball now inside the full-back for John Barnes. Beardsley. And then Howe. Foul given. Barnes first to show. A terrific shot and a superb piece of goalkeeping by Torsved. What brilliant skills by Barnes though. A volley on the turn that was creeping, well it wasn't creeping, it was going at some pace into that top corner.
Superb effort, wasn't it, Brian?
And a good piece of goalkeeping by the big Norwegian.
Absolutely.
Moran. Stopped by Abbott. Here's Barnes. He's got the clock going now as Barnes goes surging forward. He's got Houghton waiting in the middle and Whelan too, and here's Ablett. Barnes once more. Beardsley. It's a good shot, a terrific save too. That bounced just ahead of Torstvedt, and on this wet surface that really gathered some pace, and he held it well. Just as Liverpool are playing this well. Here's Barnes again, the little chip through, Houghton again, will Beardsley get there, the flag is up. But for all that, terrific reactions by Erik Torstvedt. Thomas. And a chip in for Walsh. Might come for Howes. That's not so far away!
Defeat at Anfield despite Thorstvedt's heroics. 3 more league fixtures now, Wimbledon and Palace to follow, but first, a visit to the south coast.
There's Cockerell stopped in his tracks. Mitchell Thomas for Spurs. Southampton trying to hold the line up, but Gascoigne is onside and skips home the opener. A lovely goal from Paul Gascoigne. Here's Gazza again, and again leaving Jimmy Case behind him. Here's Walsh, the substitute, hit the post. Walsh again. He's away from Case. Now what? 1 or 2 options for him. Allen is one of them on the far side. Good stop by the keeper. Now it's driven in. Shearer got up. And Cockerell, and that's 1-1. Eric Young well forward. Here's Dennis Wise. Sanchez on the far side, who's carrying the sponge now to mop up the blood from that cut. And here's Sanchez again. Oh, and he scored!
That's bright! A goal straight from the training ground. Palace in front. Howes. Well, they've got to get a tackle in. Well, they didn't. And they can count the cost now, Crystal Palace. David Howes equalises. Gascoigne isn't the favourite with the Selhurst Park supporters, but he'll want to have his own say on the field. Tripped by Pemberton, penalty. Lineker and Nigel Martin had no chance. Right, oh, that's a terrific save at full stretch by Torstvedt. Right, so unlucky. Pemberton. Right, going it alone. Bright, can he pinch the goal? He does! Palace are back at 2-2. Gascoigne and Gray, both the extrovert players, and both with questionable temperaments, and it's all ended in a flare-up here that Joe Worrell is capable of sorting out if the players give him a chance. Some of those in there are trying to restore peace, and Steve Coppell came from the bench to give the referee a helping hand. Now who's he going to single out? Gascoigne. Samways takes it. That's so cruel for Crystal Palace, and Nigel Martin in particular. It'll go down as Samways' goal.
21 points from 14 games. Spurs are 6th. Another good run could take them very close to the champions Arsenal. 2 of the next 3 games are at home. Let's start the action with a visit from Derby County.
Here's Lineker. Nicely weighted pass for Stewart. Now he's confused Shilton and got the goal. Only 4 minutes gone, and that's Stewart's first goal since the opening day of the season. Pickering, plenty to his right, picked up Micklewhite on the far side, and then Saunders, good goal, 1-1. Made by Pickering's long cross. Can they catch Spurs on the break? Saunders inside to Goddard, and that is 2-1. Paul Goddard's 9th of the season.
A week after that home defeat, Spurs were on the artificial surface at Luton. Chances at a premium. The best fell to the former Luton striker Paul Walsh, whose shot is beaten out by the legs of Alec Chamberlain. Spurs got a point though. Luton 0, Tottenham 0.
Here is Sharp. Sheedy. McDonald taking over from Beagrie this time. Sharp would prefer the ball delivered earlier like that, but Sedgley saw it coming, and oh, there's a slip by Mabbott. Cottee scores. With 12 minutes gone, Everton have struck at White Hart Lane. Gary Mabbott lost his balance. Tony Cottee got the chance and took it. Thomas, and Cottee thought he might pick that one off, but it reached Mabbott, who tries to carry the fight to the opposition now. Stopped though by Atterveld's interception. Thomas. Samways. Will Stewart collect this one? He will. Paul Stewart for Spurs, and a goal for Lineker. With 24 minutes gone, Gary Lineker reminds Everton of what he did so well for them, putting the ball in the opposition's net. But Paul Stewart, great credit, and also Samways before him.
23 minutes and 54 seconds.
Stewart from Samways' incisive pass, and Southall had to make the save. Lineker followed in. Lineker and Atterveld served his side crucially then. Everall losing out to Thomas. There's something on for Spurs here if they play it right. Samways, oh, brilliant flick by Lineker, matched by the save from Southall. Really super stuff from Spurs. But Southall was there to stop a thrilling end to a thrilling move. Now Sharp. Atterveld. Cottee, has it run for him? It's Sharp with a shot, and a thumping one. The goalkeeper just recovered, because Sheedy was very nearly left with an open goal. Graham Sharp got absolutely everything behind that, and so too, in a different sense, did Eric Torsfett. It was too hot to hold the first time. Mabbott. Here's Bergson. Although there's been plenty of inventive play from midfield so far in the second half. Not too much around the goals, just that thunderbolt from Sharp. Maybe something here that Everton can put together. Everall. McCall. McDonald hasn't wasted any opportunity to get forward from left back. Beagrie. Allen with the counter-attack. Lineker. Stewart! Spurs sweep upfield to take the lead. And this time Lineker makes a goal for Stewart. The roles are reversed. Paul Allen really recognised the opportunity that Tottenham had with some busy work to get them on their way, and it was swept in thrillingly by Stewart on the run. He's now scored in his last 3 games here. Atterveld. That should be Mabus, and is. But the header was rather a strange one. And Graham Sharp can make it 2-2, and Tortsvet again equal to the power in the right foot of Graham Sharp. Here's Atterveld. It's going to drop over Sedgley into the stride of Sharp, and pay tribute to the goalkeeper, who came out quickly enough to make it very difficult for Sharp. Sharp had to lift it over Tortsvet and make it drop, but it only dropped once it had gone over the bar. Everton had played a big part in a highly competitive game, which has had some splendid moments. But 2 of the 3 goals have gone Tottenham's way. Stewart. Not finished yet. Lineker! He was onside. Southall won the day that time. He won that battle, but it looks like Tottenham's war. Allen. Gascoigne taking on Watson. Paul Gascoigne, and Southall prevented one of Gascoigne's classics.
Well, despite that victory over Everton, Spurs slip to 8th spot, and they're losing ground on that leading pack. Now we're into the Christmas New Year period, and it's a return to Old Trafford, where Spurs produced that great performance in the Littlewoods Cup.
And Gascoigne's dangerous with this sort of space. Forced a little wide. Paul Allen. Spurs still with plenty forward. Here's Stewart against the woodwork. Lineker must score. Out from underneath the bar by Bruce. Well in, B Sharp. Oh, it's a good run now. Can he find a cross? There are players waiting in the middle. One of them is McClare. Oh, high and wide. Pallister jumping. McClare has scored. Or has he? No, that's disallowed. Hughes and McClare, and that won't count either. And now Gascoigne, Phelan motoring, trying to get back at him. Here's Gary Lineker, running at Inks. Oh, it's a marvellous strike! World-class finishing from Gary Lineker. Pallister, United still trailing. And still possibilities, perhaps. Danny Wallace. And McClare, it's not been his afternoon. Gary Lineker again busying himself along the edge of Millwall's box. There he is. Here's Stewart. And Samways had a look, might float one. Oh, that is brilliant. A delightful goal from Vinnie Samways. There's one for Lineker to chase. Doing a good deal of work outside the box this afternoon. And he's in here. Oh, it's going in! Of Alan McCleary. Samways. Stewart. Nicely done. Allen as Tottenham come again. Lineker's in! 3-0. Oh, this is nice stuff from Tottenham. Gascoigne at the heart of most of what they're doing at the moment. And they're in again here. Lineker fell over in the middle of the box. Play on. Gascoigne's not finished yet. He is now. Stevens and Stevenson combining. Cascarino very nearly found a gap. Stevens with the corner. Cascarino! Perfect! Here's Stewart again. He did well there, Gascoigne. Allen's cross and Lineker on the far side!
Samways with the corner for Tottenham. Howells helps it on, Lineker! Forrest fell for it. Pearce. Pearce with the cross. Clough, oh, Mims has lost it. And Clough got a second chance. Nicely done by Stewart. Samways just a little tight by Tottenham in their own half, and Forrest are buzzing again. Here's Hodge. Still Hodge. Goal, Crosby. Tottenham never really recovered. They're 2-1 down. Well, audaciously done by Gascoigne. Great save by Sutton from Lineker. So the double substitution is made with Walsh and Stevens coming on. And Tottenham looking to reorganise, but they haven't done it. They were disorganised and really punished by Gary Parker. Gascoigne. Spurs certainly have shown a lot of character here and a lot of skill. Gascoigne's cross just a little too deep. Oh, and there's one for Lineker that will stand. Sutton feels he was fouled. Is the time though for Tottenham. Smith gets the cross in. Speedy, brilliant save by Mims. Speedy trying to catch Tottenham out again, and Mims is the barrier once more. That's good play by Allen. Terrific play. Lineker! Well, you'd have backed him, but you'd have lost. That really is a mighty kick by Grizovic. It's led to Speedy with a chance. The direct route. Lineker holding it up. Samways. Stewart! Well, it was deflected on the way to the post. Downs hangs it up. Mims is beaten to it by a very brave Speedy, who really deserved a goal for his courage.
Spurs back in the top 5, but some distance away from the leading trio. Southampton, there they are, one place above Spurs, and it's free-scoring Saints who visit White Hart Lane in the FA Cup. Spurs lose 3-1. David Howells gets the only goal. Back to the league, and two very big clubs provide the next opposition. The North London derby at Highbury coming up, but first, it's Manchester City.
Now Thomas taking over, getting in a tangle, but full of tenacity, and Tottenham keep possession. And some space now for Chris Hughton. Howells with the goalkeeper coming off his line and not getting there. Hendry again, and City have picked up a goal through this stormtrooper of a centre-half, Colin Hendry. Stewart using his strength. O'Leary. Well, he got the back pass away, although Samways was hoping to cut it off. David O'Leary played his first derby way back in 1975, so he's been through this special atmosphere many, many times. Samways, good running here from the back by Sedgley. Lineker coming in now. Oh, fantastic football with no reward. It was a brilliant run to meet the ball, delivered perfectly by Sedgley, and the inside of the post, along the line and out. No wonder he looked skywards. But Steve Sedgley set it up with an inspired break from the back. Superb support work by Sedgley. Met first time, everything right except the ball was a millimetre too far to the left. Stewart, can he find Lineker? He's done that. And Lukic beat it away, really. Not out of play, but O'Leary was the second line of defence. It was a difficult shot to control by Gary Lineker. He did very well to force Lukic into such an awkward save. Sedgley couldn't afford any slip. Richardson heads on, Groves chase it. And Van den Hauwe scrambles it for another corner, and he's not happy with referee Vic Callow. Bold is there again. Smith coming from deep. Bold glances it on, and that's Adams! Oh, the captain! Arsenal, to their delight, have finally forced a way through in the North London derby. So the force of numbers at the corner kick, but what a difficult shot it was to take from Adams, and how superbly he managed to manufacture a drive that sped in off the post. It bounced high, he kept the ball down, in it went. 1-0 Arsenal. Adams. Here's Howells. The ball over the top for Lineker. Well, still he got his shot in, and there's a bit of an inquest in the Arsenal defence as to how that happened. I think the reason is because Lineker is a very good player. And he covered the bounce, manipulated the ball wide of O'Leary, what Gary Lineker would call himself, I think, working the defender. Well, Lineker has fastened on to Mabbutt's throw. Dixon hoping to get a goal kick out of it, and Lineker was convinced that it should have been a corner. In fact, the ball has stayed in play, and Arsenal have got an extra man here. Oh, and Thomas might still get the ball. He looks to chip Torsfeld and very nearly did. It was a perfect response by Thomas, because he'd lost a lot of the momentum in his running because John Polston just got a piece of the ball there. But Thomas then improvised. Torsfeld had started to come out. Torsfeld used his full height to keep it out.
Well, those title hopes are fading fast. Spurs are 8th. Progress, though, in the Littlewoods Cup. A hard-fought tie with 3rd Division Tranmere ends in a replay victory. Goals from Howell, Stewart, Mabbott and Allen. Securing a quarter-final spot, Spurs draw the holders Nottingham Forest. Once again, the tie goes to a replay. The best action from both matches coming up for you now.
Jemson, and it was hooked away in the nick of time by Mabbott. Laws. Tottenham trying to hold the line on the edge of the area. They've got to retreat now. Orlickson. Oh, and Torsford's lost it, and Crosby must score and does. A goalkeeping catastrophe for Eric Torsford. Brought out by Parker. Laid off by Crosby, who goes for the return from Clough. Mammoth's had to come across, but Forest now getting players up in support. Jemson let it run, Parker's in for a goal. Nottingham Forest have swept forward again, and this was authentic. Lineker should reach this, does, scores. 2-1, Tottenham are back in it. Sedgley. Chapel hasn't played it very far. Allen. Thomas. Desperate moments these for Nottingham Forest. Oh, and a cracking goal from Sedgley. Out of nothing. Mitchell Thomas is playing at left back. He was in midfield against Arsenal at Highbury. So one or two little tactical variations from Terry Venables. Pat Van den Hauwe wearing 3 but playing at right back. Paul Allen. It's an awkward one for Steve Sutton. Naeem follows in. What a start! Well, the manager has got the selection right so far. Steve Sutton had to go for it. He played so splendidly in the first game, and Naeem just rammed it in. But as we study another replay here, keep an eye on David Howells, who's gone right in on the line. Was he offside? It looked like it. Jemson. Oh, Polston overcommitted then. Last Wednesday, when there were a lot of talking points in the other Littlewoods Cup ties, there was an almost angelic feel to this game. Hodge, Crosby, oh! He seemed to have so much of the far side of the goal to aim at, but he just opened his foot too much. Lineker wanted somebody to his right. There was no one there, but there were plenty to the left. Allen. It was Chettle who saw the pass from Naeem coming. Clough leading the breakout for Forest. This time it is a genuine counter-attack as opposed to just an attack. Crosby, and it's brought the equaliser from Hodge. And Forest certainly deserve it. So Steve Hodge comes back to White Hart Lane and makes a point perhaps to Terry Venables. He flew into the middle to pilfer the goal, and Crosby, who's missed a couple of chances, certainly cut Tottenham apart to make that one for Hodge. Alston backpedaling, but Crosby got it across, and Hodge was flying in. Naeem deliberating with Sedgley. Sedgley takes it. Stewart. Danger not over yet for Forest. Howells. Hodge can clear and bends the pass superbly for Crosby. Oh, and there's a man over here. It's Jepson, found by Parker. Sedgley trying to hold him up. Jepson trying to get past him. He's done that. Oh, my word! Terrific goal. And Nottingham Forest have done it again. They have broken the length of the pitch. And Tottenham will have talked about how you can get caught out by them. And still they haven't been able to stop it. But Jepson was a jewel here. He slipped Sedgley and then hammered it into the roof of the net. Naeem. Handball by Clough. A good time for Paul Walsh to regain his goal-scoring touch. He might do it here! Oh, he has! What an arrival! Only his second goal of the season. The last one was against Arsenal here in October. But from Terry Venable's viewpoint, a superb substitution. 2-2. Mistake by Polston. Oh, and Hodge has collected it. My word, you have to hand it to Nottingham Forest. What resilience. Lesser teams would have been dreadfully affected by losing that lead, but they've got it back again. Tottenham seemed to freeze. They thought Hodge handled perhaps. Nobody else did who mattered in terms of referee or linesman. And Steve Hodge has got his second. Nottingham Forest have got their third.
Well, now Spurs have got to try and improve that league position. Let's start with a visit of Norwich in front of a live television audience.
Terry Venables obviously anxious about Tottenham's recent form, having gone out of both the cup competitions in a short space of time. Gascoigne flicked it on, and on again by Howells. Lineker chasing here. Lineker's round the goalkeeper, and Lineker has scored. Gary Lineker gets his 16th goal of the season against the team that enabled him to open his account as a Spurs player. And that was vintage Lineker, moving in ahead of the defender and the goalkeeper, and the finishing immaculate. The ball turned on by Howells, and look how quickly Gary Lineker reacted there. Gunn committed himself by coming so far from goal, and Lineker punished him. Gary Lineker's 16th goal of the season just continues his remarkable scoring record. One of the best in the game as Fleck turns it on to Gordon at the other end. Gordon must equalise, surely! What a great save by Torsford. That looked a goal all the way.
Yes, as you say, a great run from the middle of the field from Dale Gordon there. Like yourself, I would have fancied him to have scored there, but full marks to the keeper.
And now Gascoigne wants to do it all, Gazza. What a character, what an entertainer. And the fans love him.
He might drive his manager mad occasionally, but there's nobody who pays their money to come and watch him who are disappointed. Naeem with the corner. Oh, it's gone in! Howell's grounded the near post, and the flick was enough to give Spurs a second. Naeem with a well-practiced corner. Howell's climbed between Gordon and Linnigan, and the header deceived Gunn on the stroke of half-time. Howells has made it 2-0. But I think there's a feeling around Right Hart Lane that Norwich were very unlucky to go in 2 goals adrift at half-time. They've lost 5 of their last 6 away games. They haven't won away since they won at Nottingham Forest back on December the 9th. If they get an early goal in this second half, they're right back in this game. And here's Fleck to Gordon for Van den Hauwer's interception. And the ball nicked off the toes of Bowen by Naeem. He was a bit lucky then, Naeem. I'm sure he didn't intend that. Walsh for Spurs. Good ball for Lineker. It's got to be 3. Gary Lineker kills Norwich off, surely, in the 2nd minute of the second half. And what a superb goal it was. Clinically simple. Gary Lineker's 2nd of the game, his 17th of the season. What a through ball run by Paul Walsh.
Alan, basically a carbon copy of the first goal. And I would ask, and I'm sure Dave String will ask, where was Andy Linnigan? He's got the spare role at the back. The other 2 boys, Butterworth and Sherwood, are doing the marking job. And he is actually trying to step up on Lineker.
And I think the Football League needs a successful Tottenham. Howells with the through ball. Lineker on the end of it. Who else? That could be a penalty. That is a penalty. And I think Lineker will take it.
Once again, perfect positioning from Lineker. He's picked his run, he's timed his run. But I mean, really, he's going well wide of the goal, and I can't understand why goalkeepers do that.
3 for Lineker, 4 for Spurs. And Gunn was deceived to the extent that he went the wrong way.
Gary Lineker's 2nd hat-trick in a Spurs shirt. White Hart Lane is really buzzing. The sort of victory we've been looking for, enthuses Terry Venables. Can Spurs keep it up? Title-chasing Aston Villa. Then a visit to the baseball ground coming up. But first, one of the big London occasions at Stamford Bridge.
And Chelsea a little anxious perhaps in these opening moments. Oh, Dorigo in trouble, there's evidence of that, and Walsh is waiting if Lineker can find him. He's been forced very wide. Chelsea in all sorts of trouble, and Besant eventually getting his hands back on that ball. Walsh, here's Lineker. Oh, he's turned his man this time. The danger's not over. Naeem, Howells is at the far post, and that's 1-0. Bumstead leading the charge. Here's Nicholas. He's done well, been out for some 3 months. Oh, Wilson's in here, and Bumstead has equalised. Naeem's corner, taken short. Here he is again. And Lineker, given far too much room. Two minutes left, and Gary Lineker surely has won it for Tottenham. Naeem again doing the damage with the deep cross, and Lineker doesn't miss those. The keeper, Torsved, delighted.
Met by Mabbott, but not decisively for Tottenham. Oh, Madrid! Well, that was very decisive. On his weaker foot too, and he's thrilled with the goal, and he's entitled to be. Cowans takes it. In goes Mountfield. Against the post. Platt got it. Villa now on the verge of a 7th consecutive league win.
Mark Wright wins it and gets it back again and brings it up. Typical bit of play by Mark Wright. Now Harford. What a devastating ball that is. Oh, Saunders. His 20th of the season, made for him by the big man they bought to score goals. But now at the free kick. Saunders lurking there. And here he comes. Saved. Harford follows up and gets his first in his new colours. 2-0 to Derby. Spurs at the free kick, 2 men in the wall, and Moncur! That's his first senior goal, making it 2-1.
Disappointing results really after that win at Chelsea, but Spurs still in the top 5. 3 more games coming up, and they're all in London. Starting with Crystal Palace, they're going well in the FA Cup, but are too far down the table for comfort.
Thorne with the kick for Palace. Scooped up. Torsfeld's come a long way and didn't get a good punch. Pardew! Feels for handball there, but play waved on. And here comes Polston. Lineker. Naeem. Polston's gone on through the middle. If they can find him, they have. There's a chance here, and he scored. What a run by John Polston. Naeem. Lineker's the target, and Charlton have stopped appealing for offside. He's on though. Oh, I say, Gary Lineker. What about that for a finish? Paul Allen marauding again down that right side. Lineker the target. Howell's got in. 3-0. So after all that, Houghton with the free kick for Tottenham. He slipped, get the sort of length that he was looking for. Picked up by Gascoigne. He immediately comes under pressure from Wilkins, and Rangers back on the attack here. Wegerle. Still Roy Wegerle. Barker hit it against the post. Clark, what a roundabout route to goal. Andy Sinton in on goal now for number 2. Wegerle battling with Clark, and Barker is in. He's gone a little wide, but still scores. 3-0. Abbott stayed forward. There he is against the post. Walsh. 3-1.
Just 2 wins out of 6. Tottenham down to 9th, a long way adrift of the top 2, Aston Villa and Liverpool. And it's Liverpool who provide the next opposition at White Hart Lane. A great chance to impress the nation watching live on ITV.
The long ball for Walsh, well controlled. And on again to Lineker. That's a good first time ball, and Lineker's shot. That was really excellent football by Spurs. Just 2 passes upfield, and Lineker shot first time, and Grobbelaar made a very good stop.
And that's the kind of service Lineker thrives on. Hit it first time, not enough power, and Grobbelaar makes the easy save.
No foul given. I have to say that I'm not sure Mr. Hackett made the right decision then. Naeem still lying injured, in fact. Here's McMahon. Good football for a moment by Liverpool, but again Whelan gives it away. Now Lineker gets free. Hussein comes to face him, and Grobbelaar stretches and gets there. Frustration for Gary Lineker, and Bruce Grobbelaar has made a couple of really important saves for Liverpool tonight. Howells on the near post from where he scored so many goals, but he couldn't quite reach it. Howells is still in there, the ball on the ground somewhere. Oh, Grobbelaar produced a marvellous save. Well, Bruce Grobbelaar looks the coolest around, but how he kept that one out then. Howells going down, scooping the ball forward, watched for Mabbutt here, and then Lineker with the shot, and how he kept that one out I don't know. Houghton finding Barnes, and Barnes did brilliantly. Torsbett kept his cool as John Barnes looked for the corner of the goal. Beautiful control that set him up for the shot. Here's Gascoigne. Stewart. Paul Stewart for Tottenham. 1-0. What a way to mark your return to the first team. A superb header. And Gascoigne, the provider. It was a glorious cross, but the header was devastating.
Thoroughly deserved win. It's a great confidence booster for the run-in. More action coming up in just a moment. First, transfer news. Gary Stevens' move to Portsmouth is finalised after a 2-month loan period. Pompey pay £250,000 for Stevens. 3 more games now, starting with a visit to Sheffield Wednesday. Ron Atkinson's side going pretty well at this stage.
Still Naeem. Still Naeem. Walsh is on the edge of the 6-yard box. They're all waiting for a cross. There it is. And Paul Allen. 1-0 Tottenham. Atkinson. And here's Francis round the back. A chance here for Wednesday perhaps. Hurst makes it 1-1. Sheridan. Here's Atkinson, good strike, good goal from Dalian Atkinson. Oh, Lineker crept in, and that's 2-2. Gary Lineker, nicely done. Oh, very nicely done from Gary Lineker. Gascoigne's kicked. Stewart! Well, he got the winner against Liverpool last time out, and that'll win it here.
Gascoigne. Well, Paul Stewart has got a goal for Tottenham, and Forest wonder how that happened. Spurs have played with such a purpose earlier in the season. We'd be talking championships now, and Paul Allen has forced in a second. They really are on song. Stewart, he's wrong-footed Gascoigne this time. Jemson shot, Torsvett's lost it, first to it is Steve Hodge. Forest come alive again. Gascoigne waiting for movement from Lineker away on this near side. And that's Paul Allen. And the goalkeeper couldn't keep it out, although it was quite close to him. That's a probing ball from Sedgley. And And Stewart dealt with it strongly. Lineker! Oh my word! By his standards, that's a glaring miss. Stewart. Lineker's cross, and Paul Allen flashes it over. So Smith's corner. Oh, Torsvet! That's an own goal by the Tottenham goalkeeper. David Smith curled it in, and Torsvet could only push it into his own net. Off the line. And buried by David Speedy, and Coventry have got two. Stewart and Lineker. Tottenham are back in it. Stewart, what can he do here? Oh, well, that's what he can do. A fabulous goal. Paul Stewart, who really has been rehabilitated with Tottenham's recent excellent form. Lineker! The corner routine pays off for Tottenham.
4 straight wins. Spurs are in the top 5, level on points with Arsenal. The title, that's out of the question, but there's a real chance of finishing as London's top side. Can Spurs overhaul Arsenal? With Gary Lineker on top form and Paul Stewart revitalised, the season could well end on a great note. Here's the run-in, beginning with a visit to relegated Millwall.
Sheringham twisting and turning. Waddock. Here he is again. Oh, that's awful, that's let Lineker in. He doesn't miss these. Gary Lineker, 1-0. Oh, that's a disaster for Millwall.
Lineker. That extra buzz around the ground when Gascoigne's in possession, but he stopped well for Manchester United by Neil Webb, and there's a break on here for United. Both these sides in such good form recently, and that's reflected in the way this match has begun. McClare in for Hughes, and Tortvet's got to come, and has done so boldly for Tottenham. That's a fine ball by Sedgley to Stewart. It's given Manchester United something to think about here. Stewart's cross, Lineker pulling away, Gascoigne coming into the middle! That's a classic goal. Paul Stewart's personal form flourishing as Tottenham have revived towards the end of the season. They've got another one. It's Lineker. His 26th of the season. Handball, is it? It is by Bergson. What was he thinking of? Steve Bruce, Manchester United's first penalty since the opening day of the season. They missed that one, but Bruce has scored now. 2-1. That was a foul by Hughes, which he acknowledges. Gascoigne once howls. Oh no! What's he doing? Well, you see players kicking opponents, but rarely members of their own team. I think he wants Howells to get on with the game, to give him the ball. Quite extraordinary from Gascoigne. Well, we've grown to expect that. Tottenham have won it. Their run goes on. Manchester United beaten 2-1 at White Hart Lane.
Wise as ever with the kick for Wimbledon. That wasn't a particularly good punch by Torsvet, and the pressure's still on here. Fashanu against the post. They were lucky to get away with that. Here's Fashanu again. Caused all sorts of problems already, and this is another very good run. Oh, that's a good goal from John Fashanu. Here's Gascoigne. The burst of pace took him through the gap. And Stewart! Conjured by Gascoigne. Paul Allen, strong enough, and that's 2. Chizier, nice turn. Oh, how did he get that back? And Cook, the substitute, in the very last minute for 2-1.
That victory on the last day means Spurs finished 3rd, London's top side. A great achievement when you remember Spurs were second to bottom in the early stages of the season. The scoring charts are enjoyable reading as well. After a slow start, Gary Lineker confirms his status as a world-class striker. Paul Stewart hitting the target regularly as well. And don't forget Gaza, maturing into an outstanding performer. The future looks bright. We'll leave you with the Spurs goal of the season. A great solo effort from Paul Stewart.